Mike never believed one small heartbeat could change his entire world. Yet the day Leo's tiny paws crossed his doorstep, everything he thought he knew about loneliness began to unravel. In our modern world, it is not unusual for someone to have several pets. But sometimes, a bond forms with an animal so strong that the lines between human and companion blur completely. Such was the case with a bulldog named Leo and his best friend, Mike. This unusual duo lives in London. They have been friends for several years. Throughout all that time, Leo never tried to bite or harm Mike, even though he easily could have. Mike, in turn, willingly shares his food and his life with Leo without a second thought. Most importantly, they treasure every moment together, hugging, laughing, and watching TV side by side. They spend so much time together that many people jokingly say Leo is Mike's brother. If you're wondering how such a deep bond is possible, watch until the very end. Here, you will witness the depth of their connection and the extraordinary story that brought them together. Mike's life was ordinary until Leo arrived. Born and raised in London, Mike had always known the city's rhythm, the occasional drizzle, the bustling crowds, the endless traffic. On the surface, London was comfortable, offering everything one might need for a peaceful life. But beneath it all, Mike often felt a gnawing loneliness. Friends and family were scattered across the globe, leaving him to spend most days in solitude. He had grown so accustomed to being alone that he thought this was normal. Then, one day, everything changed. A friend of Mike's parents sent a photograph of a tiny abandoned puppy. At first glance, the little bulldog seemed unremarkable, fragile, in need of care and attention. Yet, Mike's parents fell in love with him instantly and decided to bring him home. That very day, they arrived at Mike's apartment with the tiny creature. When Mike opened the door, he found a small bundle of fur, big, trusting eyes, and a wagging tail. The puppy looked up at him and gently licked his hand, and from that moment, Mike felt an invisible shift within himself. His life would never be the same again. He decided to name the dog Leo. When Mike's parents realized their son was ready to care for Leo, they left for a vacation in Thailand, leaving Mike and his new companion alone. At first, Mike was nervous about being left alone with the dog, but as hours passed, he discovered the joy of companionship. He played with Leo, fed him, and watched the tiny puppy grow before his eyes. As Leo matured, his affection blossomed. He was no longer just a fragile pup, yet his love for playful moments never waned. One day, Mike threw Leo's favorite ball far from home. Leo dashed after it but didn't return. Mike called desperately, but Leo vanished around the corner, barking briefly before disappearing. Fear and worry gripped Mike like never before. Hours stretched on as he searched desperately, imagining the worst. When Leo finally returned, his small body was scratched and wounded. Tears streamed down Mike's face as he held him and rushed him to the vet. Thankfully, the injuries were minor, but the experience left Mike shaken. He realized how easily he could have lost his closest companion. From that day forward, Mike dedicated more time to Leo, nurturing their friendship. Every morning, he would greet Leo first, stroking him, as the dog wagged his tail in joyful anticipation and licked his hand. Afterward, Mike would head to work, leaving Leo by the window, eagerly awaiting his return. Evenings were filled with playtime, walks, and cuddles on the couch. Mike understood that Leo was not merely a pet, he was his truest friend. One day, Mike shared a photo of Leo on social media. To his surprise, the post received a flood of likes and comments within hours. People were captivated and encouraged him to start a blog, sharing the adventures and everyday life of Leo. Mike agreed and created a page dedicated to his dog. Soon, Leo gained a large following, and brands approached Mike for collaborations. After some consideration, he decided to accept only a few of the offers. Thanks to Leo, Mike's life transformed. He could afford new comforts for both himself and his dog. But the most significant change was recognition. On the streets, people stopped to admire Leo, take photos, and even ask for selfies. One day, as they strolled down the street, a young girl approached, requesting a picture with them. Mike consented, and initially, Leo seemed wary of the stranger. Yet, the bulldog warmed up and allowed the girl to pet him. When they posed, Leo playfully jumped and placed his paws on the girl's shoulders. Mike laughed heartily, and the girl joyfully captured the moment. Rather than ridicule, the picture enhanced their popularity, proving the world could appreciate loyalty and charm. Mike knew then that Leo was no ordinary dog. He was a true companion. Through highs and lows, Leo was always there. Whenever Mike felt sad, Leo comforted him. When joy struck, they celebrated together. One day, Mike felt dizzy and collapsed to the floor. Fortunately, Leo was at home and immediately acted. The dog alerted others, summoning help and preventing a potentially tragic outcome. Later, Mike learned he had fainted due to an underlying heart condition. Had Leo not acted, the consequences could have been dire. From that day onward, Mike became more mindful of his health. He improved his diet, exercised, rested more, and treasured every moment with Leo. He realized that Leo wasn't just a pet, he was a protector, a friend, and a life-saving companion. Ultimately, the story of Mike and Leo illustrates the profound ways animals can enrich human lives. Their friendship transcends age, gender, and societal expectations. Mike doesn't care about others' opinions. His bond with Leo is his greatest treasure. He cherishes every second with his beloved dog and wouldn't trade it for anything. And that is their story. Whenever loneliness creeps in, remember that a loyal companion can transform your life. A single friend, furry or not, can restore joy and meaning. Mike and Leo's life together proves this. Every morning and every evening, their story reminds us that love knows no boundaries. Not age, not gender, not even species. Some may be surprised by the time Mike spends with Leo, but he doesn't mind. He loves his dog fiercely and wouldn't spend a single minute without him. Every hug, every walk, every playful moment strengthens their unbreakable bond. Write in the comments below what you would do if you were in Mike's shoes. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel so you never miss another heartwarming story. Share this story with someone who needs a reminder of the power of friendship sometimes. The best friends come on for legs.